this is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Water.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day. Race against the clock at a hill climb. Or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, contact with the fishies.
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
whatever you ride,
whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan de Bono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. It's Michael Conchar that's got around Dylan de Bono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullajar's got past, so Dylan...
Light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have green lights and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan de Bono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes as the safety car pulls in and we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're off.
First lap? Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons.
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see if we get a good run. Dodds just absolutely think about it. It's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sim Racing World TV. And welcome back in for Season 3 of 2024 here for the Tuesday night Warren & Brown Tools Viet Supercars Series here. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, joined once again by Steve Sinkovic when he does make it into the booth. He's currently running a little bit late, so you're going to be stuck with just me for right now. Harry Dodds is already in the chat, looking forward to this season. Going to be hard and tough. Doddsy, this is going to be a super tough season ahead. It is, the game has now changed. We've got no more Pro-Am and amateur classifications in this series. It's now gone to Split 1 and Split 2 within the same race. Of course, Sundays, well, they're now open. There's no more pros, Pro-Ams, amateurs. None of that here for Supercars. It's all open. It's up for grabs for anyone, especially on the Sunday night. And, well, you guys are going to have to be along for the journey here for our 9-round season to come. But we start tonight on the road course at Daytona here in Florida of the United States of America. What a way to start our season, of course. This track known for the Daytona 500 as well as the Daytona 24 Hour, the Raw Before the 24. So many great events have happened at this illustrious race course, and so many more memories are getting created year after year as drivers turn more and more laps around this track. Now, the supercars around here, one hell of a challenge. Get ready for a lot of the drivers to have pretty much minimum wing on these things, -10 wing, to get as much speed as they can around the bowl, which could lead to them being quite slidey and slippery through the midfield of this road course. It's going to be a big challenge, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a big season ahead. What a way we can start it. We're following officials here, apart from the last round, which is driver's choice. And apart from where it would be Road Atlanta, it's going to be for Fuji. We'll quickly run you through our calendar for this season ahead. I have got Sinkovic in the booth with me, actually. Sinko, how you going, mate? You finally ran through the door, as we have now started this broadcast. I don't know if your mic's working yet or not. You can let me know, though. So but our calendar for this season, ladies and gentlemen, as it currently stands, Daytona for round 1 this week. Next week, we can then expect to go to Monza. We then go to Imola for round 3, then for the Spa Grand Prix circuit for round 4, Fuji for round 5, then it's an Australian triple header of Sandown, Oran Park and Bathurst, and then rounding out our season is our driver's choice round of Road America, which the drivers missed on the officials calendar, which was 2 weeks ago in the officials for the supercars. So it's going to be a massive season ahead. Scott Bartigan in the chat saying, let's go ESR. Doddsy saying up the Pelicans, of course, joining his new team in Harry Dodds into PER. Stephen Banks in there saying, yep, let those big birds fly. Go the Pelicans. So are you actually at your microphone, Sinker, or not? I'll take that as a no. I'll wait till he cuts me off. That's when I'll know that he'll be at his microphone, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this track, it's one hell of a circuit for sure. I absolutely love this place. We're not too far away from qualifying getting underway here, as a lot of drivers are running around, cutting some laps already here at this circuit in practice. Simbank saying, like the changes to the season, going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see how it goes actually this season with these changes that have been implemented in terms of the tracks we're going to, but also as well the class classifications now for the Tuesday night, obviously having the Split 1 and Split 2 within the same field. So it's all overall, the field by skill level has just been separated. So it's similar to Pro-Am and Amateur, how it previously ran. They've just kind of been renamed. And then Sunday, well, it's open, so it means anyone can win the top championship. Shannon Wright saying, good luck, ESR. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this field goes out there tonight. We've got Mark Houghton out there. He is... Oh, he's previously been quite a quick driver in the supercar, but he has just been kind of dropping off the wayside a little bit in terms of... I don't have you off, Sinker. I do not have you off. Maybe your microphone's muted at your end. He's left and he's gone as Houghton comes through the bus stop. Now we're going to get into qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this season. So we will see how everyone goes here tonight. Of course, it was a massive end to last season. So much controversy and chaos ending last season. Of course, John Gallen pipped the Pro-Am Championship from Dylan Gray, the dying embers of that title run at Belle Isle, and then lost his Sunday Pro-Am Championship to Andrew Cowan as well. So we'll see how those guys go against each other this season in a head-to-head assault. These drivers are now going to be able to get out on track for the first time in Season 3, have a crack at a qualifying lap, and just see if they can string something together here. It's a difficult track. I mean, you can really... It's easy to get a banker around here, but it is quite hard to find a bit of pace when you are at your top level. You know, it's easy to find second, but once you're at the top level of things, it's hard to find those tenths. It's hard to find those hundredths. Have you unmuted your mic, Sinker? Because I haven't actually muted you. You're open for me. Oh, wait. So hang on. I know what the issue is. I know the exact issue. Speak, Sinker.
I think you had me on mute.
No, I did not have you on mute. I changed my headset before the start of the broadcast and forgot to change the app or the output in Discord. So that is my fault. But yeah, I was discussing big season ahead, Sinker. What a way to start at Daytona, and it's going to be tough for these drivers to... It'll be easy for them to get a banker lap in, but it's going to be hard for them to find just that little bit of extra pace to try and get to the top of the field, because it can be quite tough to find those milliseconds, but it's easy to find 1 second when you're a bit slower and at the back of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of I can't see anyone on the grid at the moment, but I know there's been a lot of interest. Everyone's been super pumped for it all, so I'm super pumped for it as well, mate. I've been hanging out for it for a few weeks, and then last week I realised, fuck, it's next week. And then yesterday I'm like, it's tomorrow. So I hope everyone was like that as well. I know a few people last minute people forgetting to get their invites. Everything was sent out, and it's amazing that we've been doing this for weeks and weeks, and 20 minutes to go, people are going, oh, can I have an invite? But anyway, that's life.
I hope it doesn't happen on Friday, because I'm going to be have a headache if that happens on Friday.
Season. No matter how well prepared we are, no matter how well prepared and how much notice we give, it always happens. It's just one of those things. It's on the list that people are busy as well. They remember last minute, oh crikey, we've got a race on. Maybe I should get in there and check my invites. I can't see my invite. But yeah, that is what it is.
Well, just noticed as well, Vandergrim's not running his racing. Possibly a team change, but one of the biggest team changes is Godsey going.
Mr. Taylor as well.
Mr. Taylor, let's find him. Where's Mr. Taylor? Yeah, he's still for Valve Esports, but alongside Everything Simulated now as well. So they've got big partnership coming their way.
Yeah.
You know, him and Scotty Barton and others part of that team, including Brett Douglas as well. Yeah, they've got themselves a big partnership going now. It's going to be hard for us to tell the difference between these cars and maybe if we have any Nova drivers out there, because their liveries are quite similar.
Teams, just give his cars a little bit of a variety. I know it's not less work, but it just makes it so much easier. And wouldn't you appreciate having your name called out correctly rather than, oh, it's the Pelican? Or,
well, we need,
fish.
Where's... Sean Vandermeulen's on it. I don't think there's actually any Nova cars out on track. Because I was going to say, like, in vets especially, because both Brett and the Nova drivers are in the same split. Oh, Billy Mole's out there. We can show him. Look, Billy Mole's livery is like, they look so similar from afar, and it can be very easy to get them confused. Now, do you need me to share my screen, Sinker, or are you running SDK
yes,
tonight?
No, I do. I would love you to share your screen.
Okay,
mate.
no worries.
I'm still setting up the second channel and everything like that.
No worries.
The love of being a parent is that it's unpredictable, that you just don't know if the kids are going to go to sleep or not.
You can never guarantee it, can you?
Oh no, you would never put a bet on it. It's like you got more chance of winning the odds at casino, mate, than putting a bet on that your kid's going to fall asleep tonight and stay asleep and not vomit all over you, as per the last few nights.
Well, at the moment, it is your driver in Jamie Davis who is now top the timing sheets. Peter Vanderkran's currently P2. Mark Hout has found some pace for himself. He's in P3 ahead of Andrew Cowan and Billy Mole to make up the top 5 at the moment. almost the whole of the top 10 is made up of only split one drivers at this stage. The only ones that are just on the bubble is Kai Turner and, well, Brett Douglas, who are just outside that 10. Craig Hilly, Andrew Rushworth have snuck themselves in there in split 2 at the moment here in qualifying. But only half the field set times just yet, Sinker. So maybe they're struggling to get that banker. Maybe I talked too early, and maybe some drivers are just not heeding the advice of that it is actually quite easy to get a banker around here. Maybe they're just pushing a little bit too hard. A couple more chats out there as well. Ray Douglas, go send it. Jace, as Jet would say. Jace Douglas, of course, returning into the field. Mitch Noble and chat. Howdy, fellas. Good luck out there to all the members and racers, and especially the SRW boys. You sound gorgeous tonight, Hamish, and you sound extra beautiful tonight, Sinker. Thanks, Mitch. I hope you sent that when Sinker wasn't able to talk over the broadcast.
So I just got dragged out of the booth just to give you guys a bit of background. On what's going on
that would
down
explain.
There. The boys are sitting there going, "Oh, we've got a big field, man. Some of these boys are going to be starting on the back of the curve." And I said, "Yeah, those boys at the back of the curve, they'll learn to drive faster."
That sounds like a them problem.
Yeah,
You know?
Pretty much.
That sounds like, and I spoke to RC prior to the race, and they're like, "Oh, should we have a rolling start?" I'm like, "No, just have a pre-race brief. Say we're doing a standing start. You need to be careful, and explain if drivers are not careful, they're going to be a little bit more harsh for not listening to race control. So, drivers are going to have to be cautious as ever. This track is incredibly likely to get a lap 1 incident at this place. The drivers are going to have to take care and caution to avoid that from happening, or they could be penalised quite heavily."
I'll tell you what, mission for this season, alright? Viewers, this is a viewer's mission. We want to get some really good viewing numbers. These drivers deserve it in all our series. And the only way we're going to get that is if everyone likes and subscribes, and everyone invite someone else to come and watch as well, because that's what these drivers deserve. It's not, really truly, it's not going to make us monetize and make us many money, believe me, not at this level of our sport. But what it does gives these boys a bigger show to participate in. I'm guaranteeing you that it's all across the series. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Formula 3s will jump to the top of our hit parade. I'm telling you that right now, because there's going to be a lot of people watching, because everyone wants to see who's going to be racing in the championship at the end of the season.
We need to correct ourselves on that one, Sinker, because it has now changed names.
Well,
it's no longer Formula 3s, because there is a new sponsor that has been landed for that series, and it has changed the name.
There is a new sponsor that has been landed for that series, but we won't mention it until Wednesday night.
Yep. Well, they are on the YouTube thumbnail, so eagle-eye viewers. If you saw it, you would have seen it.
Going live and crazy with it just yet.
Well,
because there's a few little T's and dots we're going to do, but it is a foregone conclusion. But it's awesome to see what's happening behind the scenes. We've really worked hard in the off season trying to get new sponsors on board and stuff like that, which has been really tough.
Well, but what we can confirm is it is going to be the Super Formula Championship. But the precursor to that, obviously, we have a sponsor name normally in front of that. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out.
Just a small sponsor.
No, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's a pretty cool sponsor as well, Sinker.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna pay for all the bills or anything like that. It's just a standard sponsorship, but it's a big brand, especially a brand that you will associate with what you'll see in the broadcasts and everything like that, and you'll associate it with the Formula 3 open wheel sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty pumped with it, but it's been a lot of work. But yeah, can't wait for this season, mate. I've been on the edge for a while now, and it's really cool. And how many got on grid, mate?
We have got around about 30 out there at the moment, but not everyone has set times just yet. Only 21 drivers have set times at the moment. The slowest time at the moment is Martin Lipsky with a 149.97. He's just trying to get himself up to pace. Fastest time is Jamie Davis with a 144.85. So there is a bit of a spread in the field of the pace, but remembering that Tuesdays are now open. Previous pros can race on Tuesday now. Obviously, they're going to get slotted into split one, but they are able to race on Tuesdays. It just means Sunday is open.
Not technically, no. See, it's still going to be pushing. We're still pushing all the pro drivers to Sunday night. We still are pushing them all Sunday night. So you'll probably have your guys that are like your
aliens.
Pro. They'll sort of make it through, but we'll be pushing all the pro drivers to the Sunday night because that is the championship. That's going to have no what do you call it?
Ramifications or no classes or
no classes. No, it's just going to be just a pro championship, but there's no aids at all. Okay, the only aids you'll have is the blip aid for people who don't have a clutch. So that's going to be, I think,
or
that's
people who might not have
that.
full use of their legs as well.
Yeah, so I believe that's going to be the only aid that's going to be available. All the other aids are going to be completely off. So it's going to be making that series just that extra bit, bro. It's like our Open Wheel Nationals with Gentleman Sim Racing. That has no aids on it as well. So the boys out there, we expect them to be at that level where they'll be able to drive at that level. So yeah, that's where that's going to be. So it changes the Sundays a little bit more, just brings it a little bit more to the forefront of a proper championship.
Well, one thing that we do need to speak about is it's going to be a big championship across the board here in SRW, not just for supercars, of course. Super Formulas on Wednesday nights, that's going to be huge. There's 50 out of 56 grid slots currently filled in the Super Formulas. Thursday night, GR86 Nationals is going to be massive once again. Friday night, you get a double header on offer now. The Free Series Legends World Challenge, 6 o'clock the session's open. Broadcasts start at 20 past 6. Qualifying starts at 6:30. That's going to be huge. A couple of drivers came and raced last Friday. They had an absolute ball, and they are absolutely pumped for Friday. After Legends World Challenge on Fridays, we have the GTDs are back for Warren and Brown Tools. So that'll be on. Broadcast will start at 10 to 8 p.m. So your big doubleheader on a Friday night.
Good numbers too.
Yeah, they got good numbers. We'll see if they can maintain it. We haven't had the best of luck with GTs, but fingers are crossed they do maintain it. And then Sunday night, we mentioned it, Supercars, big championship coming along. No classes, no aids. Going to be absolutely huge, except for Auto Blip, obviously. So a 6 series, 5 nights a week running going forward here for Season 3 is going to be absolutely huge.
Goosebumps. I've got goosebumps, mate. You're just going through all that.
It's going to be massive. It's going to be awesome.
I said, like I said to the viewers, the racing is going to be off the charts. You saw what we saw. You and me went through the V8s, and you did the F3s, and I did the 86s, and the racing was just top shelf all the way through, from the front of the grid to the very back. There's no slouches at the back. These boys are fighting for every bit of track, every bit of points they can get, and mate, it's just going to be epic. I just can't wait for it.
Well, you mentioned epic racing, Sinker, and I mentioned, the new Free Series. If we get a half as good of the racing we had last season in Legends World Challenge before it came to SRW, this season's going to be absolutely huge. Like, some of the racing was absolutely epic. I posted a clip in Discord. If you guys want to go see it, the Legends channels are open to everyone within the SRW Discord because it's a free series. There's a clip in the open chat from Winston. The last lap, top 5 finished within a second. P3, 4 and 5 finished within 200ths of each other. Like, it was a drag race across the line. It was absolutely epic. If you get that sort of racing for that series and others in this series, in this league as well going forward, it is going to be absolutely massive. Now, Supercars, they had their moments last season, especially with the AMs and with the Pro-Ams and even with the Pros as well. Even with Rehan Leonage just running away with it at some times in the Pro field. But there was absolutely epic racing. F3s last season, Super Formulas this season, incredible. 8 sixes, so many moments, so much chaos, a little bit of controversy. That's what we love, Sinker. We love a bit of controversy. We love a bit of chaos because it creates...
It was like one of those YouTube channels where you just, jig it all up to make it all like in a certain way and to make it spectacular, whereas we had no control over it, and it was just every spanner that could have been thrown in the works got thrown in the works. Well, it was just classic.
F3s last season, you could not write the narrative that played out in that final round. The top 2 in the championship, David Gallo, Dylan DeBono, fighting it out to the very end. P3 and Dave Roberts has a chance to win, but he needs absolute chaos to ensue to win. And what happens? Chaos ensues. The top 2, the favourites for the championship, Gallo and DeBono, drop out of the points, and Roberts wins. Like, you could not write a better narrative to end out a first season in those cars than we did last season. It was absolutely incredible. And I think it's going to get even better going forward, especially with this new championship on offer at the end of the season with GSRC. It is a great time to be a sim racing fan. It's a great time to be an SRW fan if you are one, as qualifying comes to an end. So we'll get through our grid in a moment. It's only going to get bigger and better. And we want to try and offer as many opportunities to more and more drivers out there, which is why we are now offering the free series, a fun night of racing on a Friday night. We still offer our paid series as well. It's so then you can be involved. You know, we understand not many people may be able to afford, you know, the money to come and race. That's why we have a free series. If you can afford it, we recommend you do, because there's so much great racing out there and there's so much great racing respect out. Yeah, yes, there's some chaos. Yes, there's some controversy. But that's racing. And what more could you ask for in racing than... It'd be boring if there was no controversy and chaos. You'd just be cutting laps behind people and not making overtakes. It wouldn't be very fun at all. So
correct. That's what it's about. A few people out there in YouTube land. Sheefy, good to see Jace back out there looking like he maintains his pace, and then he says he's stuffed because he's got no aids for the SF Championship. That's for the final if you make the top 20, mate. If you're going to make the top 20, you're going to be damn good. Laura Anderson, good evening, fellas. Welcome back. How many in the SRW team? Well, we have 2 champions in the team and 2 other drivers. So we've got Josh King, Jamie Davis, champions in their own right, and Mitch Noble, champion of the 86ers, Josh, champion of the 86ers, and Brad Anderson as well. So we've got 4 tonight. And we have, is he out there on night? Yes, he is. Zoom into car number.
Well, I'm gonna run through the grid first. I'm gonna run through the grid first, and then we can look at 220. If you'd like. So our starting grid for tonight's race, round number 1 of season 3. Jamie Davis will start on pole position ahead of Peter Vanderkraan out of P2 here tonight. Andrew Cow and Mark Houghton make up the second row of the grid ahead of John Gallen and Billy Mole. Jace Douglas and Robert Crow then make up the 4th row of the grid ahead of Scott Weston and Mick Clifton making up the top 10 here tonight. It's then Craig Healy and Kai Turner in behind them, making up the top 12 cars on the road. We then move back to Andrew Rushworth, Brad Wall, Brett Taylor, Brett Douglas for a Brett double up, a Valve Esports 8th row lockout here tonight. Mission Noble Blake Fitzpatrick starting behind them, with Jared Williams and Peter Pavlovic making up the top 20 cars. Brad Hayes, Daniel Clutterbuck make up the top 22 ahead of Martin Lipsky and Di Feldman in behind them. We then move back to Brad Anderson, Michael Quash, Josh King and Sean Smith at the back of the field. Our race controls here tonight, Greg Leake, Adam Hughes and Tyson McAvoy. A big thank you to them. We're going to get ready to go racing though, and the lights are going to go up very, very shortly. Sinker, you wanted to have a look at car 220, Brad Wall, who has a green eye bonds delivery on his car.
Does that name ring a bell?
Brad Wall, no, it doesn't, not personally.
Former partner of SRW, Brad Wall's making a comeback to racing again. So it's good to have Brad Wall's back. He was with us for a good part of our business. Had to leave just time-wise and things that were going on in the background, but he's back racing, which is really good to see. And Hamish, my camera is on as well, which is good to have as well. I'll put it on the back of the field somewhere. I'll just go random. Let's go. He's not too far back. Jace Douglas isn't far back enough. Give me a number. Give me a person.
Okay, let's go with... let's go Brad Wall, since you mentioned him, Sinker. Let's check out how Brad Wall goes off the start.
Spotlight.
Yep.
Will my system work?
Lights are going to go up though, Sinker. We're going to go racing for the first time here for Season 3. Davis on pole, Vanderkraan in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vanderkraan in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survive for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up towards the next part of the infield for the first horseshoe. And Gallen is starting to drop spots here to the likes of Houghton and Douglas in behind as he tries to survive here. And Taylor's gone round in the background. There's been a big crash with Blake Fitzpatrick that is there. Rivalry continues on after last season's Sinker as they just try and survive at this point.
The boys are going. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. The pace coming out of there is absolutely crazy. I'm just driving blind here at the moment as well because my TV is going bleak. Everything's going bleak. It's going crazy here.
But Brad Wall, he's got himself a good bit of pace. Brad Wall. Jamie Davis has got himself a good bit of pace. He's 8/10 up already up the top there, and showing some good form early on. Let's see if he can keep his nose clean. Cowan, 8/10 behind. Vanderkran, all the usual suspects all coming along the top end of the town. And there's some names that we've got back that haven't raced for a while as well.
Hey, Vanderkran's actually made the race start this week, Sinker.
I know, I was about to say that. You took the words out of my mouth. He's made pregnant qualifying.
He's actually made the green flag. Oh, as they come through the bus stop now for the first time off the back of Andrew Cowan's car here, of course, Sunday Pro-Am champion of last season. He pipped out John Gallen after he blew his engine. He was not able to do the double at that race last season. Wow, yours is really lagging, Sinker. I'm just going to take the double view off for right now, whilst you figure that one out. Okay. We'll see if he can keep it nice and clean as they come through turn one once again. Cowie has gained a good amount of pace. Oh, that's a big wiggle though from him over Davis. He messaged me before the race. Cowie said he's running that -10 wing tonight, so he's looking to get maximum pace around the bowl and down the straights. But it could mean that his car's going to be a little bit slidey here on the infield. We'll see if that has a part to play in how he finishes this race here tonight. Biggest loser of the race so far is Brett Taylor, who's currently down 11 positions at the back of the field. The other big loser is Mitch Noble. He's down 10 in P27 at the moment, as Di Feldman is losing a couple of spots here after running it slightly wide through turn 4. Wow. Blake Fitzpatrick, the damage on that car already, not the way he'd want to start this championship after winning the amateur championship last season and now being slotted into split 1. I must say, Sinker, that green looks so much better on Brad Anderson's car than the lime green did. That is a much nicer colour choice.
He did want the colour change because he wanted something a bit fresher for the vets, because he's racing in vets now as well.
But he's had a big slide though on the entry to the bowl. Nearly took out Blake Fitzpatrick, who has had more hits tonight than Elvis. That car will be absolutely poorly. I would not be surprised if he has to bring it in soon to get a fast repair happening on that thing.
Yeah, as I'm saying, he looks reminds me a little bit of the reminiscence of the old Caltex colours.
Oh, it's a very Christmas in July look, I must say.
586.
686. That's from Fitzpatrick, so his night only goes from bad to worse. That'll be for the contact with Taylor at turn 4. So obviously, the race control living up to their hopes and dreams and being a little bit less lenient here off the start, as Robert Crow's dropping a couple of spots down the bowl, found himself in the wrong lane here. This has now been passed by Craig Healy and Brad Wall into the first section. Let's go on board with him here as he tries to chase them down through the midpoint of the pack. Best of the race so far has been set by Billy Mole. Why are we having an absolute seizure here in the mid part? I don't know why. Yeah, fast up the race.
No, I think it's the internet all round at the moment. It's Robert Crow's got himself all the way out and wide.
Yeah, he's just dropping spots. It's also spotted to Brad Hayes. I'm not sure why it's set up. Yeah, as I was saying, fast on the race so far has been set by Billy Mole, 145.265. As Rushworth continues on ahead of Kai Turner at the moment. Kai Turner down the inside.
Nice move.
That's a fantastic
88 is after being readdress.
That's Jace Douglas. I assume he's had to readdress to Billy Mole. Possibly he's having to readdress to Peter Vanderkran. This is who he's here. He's cleaning through now. Interesting, the Vanderkran's not running the Angry Birds colours. Maybe himself and his brother Matt has left that team. Not 100% sure if he's only left that team. I know the Vigors still run those colours. Both of them have actually ended up in Split 2 this season, so I get to commentate both Rick and Chad for season 20.
I do like Jason's new delivery.
I don't mind it. Nice little white, blue and black number. Looks pretty good.
Jared Wilson just called something into race control as well. Lap times are going well. Billy Mole's back to form, isn't he? We're going to expect a big season from him. Cowan looks like he's super pumped for a big fight tonight.
He's already taken the lead from Davis here. They're battling it out here for the lead.
He's nearly got a little too much. That was beautifully done. Cowan just had to pull up the reins a little bit there. Cowan was on the dirt too, so that could have got messy real quick. push Jamie out wide. Jamie's got a little bit extra dirt. Will he carry the momentum through? But Cowan's got the inside line.
Hey, that was fair play. That was a classic Supercars move there. A little bit of a bump, kept it going. They're still side by side up towards the second hairpin. Here for the second horseshoe of the infield. Cowan trying to hang on to the lead here. Davis looks for the switch back up the inside. Phenomenal racing early on here in this one. As Mark Houghton's carrying some big damage on his Accelerate Sim Racing car in the background as they come into the entry onto the bowl now. Cowie, though, I reckon he's running a bit less wing than what Davis is, Sinker, which this could pay dividends for him here, especially if he's in the hunt for a win, because he may be able to get the move done on Davis come the last lap if he ends up behind him and in that tow.
Not yelling to the pits. Was he involved in the incident early on?
I don't believe so, unless he got caught up in Brad Anderson's moment. But he's in there fixing that car. Because I know Fitzpatrick also copped the hit as well, so...
Yep. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my camera on the back of the pack down to actually, he really isn't down the pack. He's usually sitting in the middle of the pack somewhere. And let me know, because what's going on at my end. Blake Fitzpatrick has just seen significant damage from that incident.
As Cowie's taken the lead once again, Fitzpatrick is still going. I reckon he's dropping pace down the straight, Sinker. He's gonna have to bring this thing in to get it fixed, surely, because he's dropping so much pace. Douglas is swapping back and forth here with Billy Mole for the final podium position on the road. As they come round the first horseshoe, big slide though from Douglas off exit there. That's going to hurt him on the run out of that corner. Martin Lipsky's had a moment down at turn 1. In fact, he's ended up off the track, Sinker, and in no man's land. That's going to drop him now down past Brad Anderson. Jared Williams is now coming up with him as well.
Jesus, that was a way out. He could have gone.
He was ended up on the bowl. He was running the NASCAR line. Oh, he was running that old NASCAR line, just straight line turn one.
For you, mate, can you see it all clear?
Let's get it up on screen.
Flashy at the back.
We have got it on there at the moment.
So what you're seeing is good. My screen's going black. My hasty white cable's playing up. So he's on.
Well, that's not good.
But you know what? The show goes on. Di Feldman sitting up 5 places. Michael Quash is actually up 6, so he's started from the back. Josh King up 11 places. He's the biggest mover and shaker so far. Daniel Clutterbuck up 10. So there's some boys out there that we usually see at the top end of town.
Well, last 5 laps, Cowie has been lapping significantly faster than Jamie Davis as they come up towards the line to finish this lap out. Davis is going to get the run round the outside. Cowie should let him have it at the moment.
A little bit of swapping back and forwards, nothing. Yeah, retained. Keeps the fuel burn a bit even compared to both of them. If I was Jamie, I'd be sitting behind Cowan as much as I can, especially down the straights and that. Save some fuel. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, who is that going to be going to?
Drive through penalty for Michael Quash.
Oh, interesting.
So we've got Michael on the screen at the moment, so he's going to be going for a drive-through penalty. I'm not sure what the incident was. Kai Turner has also had a black flag as well. Incident called in a few seconds ago as well. So both of those will be taking a bit of a drive-through pit run.
We'll see how that affects their race here tonight, but with 10 minutes done and 10 minutes to go, it doesn't look like we're going to get a safety car here in race number 1, Sinker, so I don't think they're really going to be able to get back into things. They're going to have to rely on keeping it clean early on in race 2. Hope that they don't get caught up in a lap 1 incident, maybe just get some free spots like the likes of Di Feldman has done. Josh King as well, who's up 12, Clutterbuck's up 10, so those guys managed to avoid some of the carnage, made some free positions, and they get the big gains out of it. Brad Moore at the moment in his return to the series is currently sitting on pole position for race number 2 at the moment. Sinking he's currently P10 on the road.
He's going to be pooing his pants, let me tell you. I bet you he's nervous to tell. He's also registered for the GT3 series as well. So it's good to see him back behind the wheel, mate. I love the guy. The Peter Pav has got a few people behind him at the moment that are following really close. And actually, he's just dropped off. He was Real close. Di Feldman, and she's got Brett Taylor and Michael Quast behind her. So Di's up 6 places into 18 places. Well done, Di. At the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place in the split 2. So doing really well. Hopefully she's been doing a fair bit of practicing in the off-season.
Well, I do know that she hasn't been in vets for a couple of seasons now, but I know she has been doing SRW since last season. So yeah, maybe a little bit of practice, maybe getting a little bit of training from some other drivers out there, just trying to improve her own abilities in this car. Brad Walls, though, had a big blow-up at turn 4. He's managed to run it out way wide, gives the spot to Craig Healy, although Andrew Rushworth's dropping positions as well. That car's going incredibly slow and looks like it's carrying some big damage as well.
Is he blown an engine or something?
No, he's still going. I think he's just had a big moment. The front of the wheel is kind of hanging off at the moment. A couple of instances that have happened in this race. Brad Anderson had a bit of an off recently. What's he done here? Entry to the bowl. Has he spun it round on exit? Yeah, he's lit it up way too early down there, unfortunately. Lucky to have so much runoff.
Yeah, he should have just opened the wheel up a little bit, then he would have been right. Oh, we've got... Who's that? Fitzpatrick in the background as well?
Oh, yeah, that's Fitz. That's...
Doing goalies?
Yeah, that's...
No, it's Peter Pav.
Yeah, it's Pavlovic who's off track. Oh, John Gallen as well had a big slide out of the...
Same thing.
Yep, had a big slide out of the bus stop. Brad Wall also got caught up in an incident. So we'll focus on him before. He was in behind Craig Healy. So this was up to the entry to the bowl. Oh, that's a big slide. Caught some grass under brakes. Very lucky not to get caught up there.
I think he was just a bit worried about hitting him and just put the anchors down just a little bit too hard. A little bit too hard. The field has really opened up. It's not as condensed as we're usually out there. The biggest battles I can see in the back end with my camera is Brad Anderson and Martin Lipsky, Jared Williams. They're all hanging off the back of each other at the moment. Well, they were. Jared's just had an off track, so he's gone a whiff. But Cowie has put the foot down, and he has got himself a nice gap of 1.34, and Jamie Davis in third now.
Yeah, he's just lost the position here to Billy Mole, so I reckon both Cowie and Mole are running... Oh, I know that Cowie's running the left wing. I reckon Mole's doing the same thing. I think Davis may have made a bit of a mistake here to not adjust that wing angle, because it's actually costing him down the straight, and it's allowing these drivers to get opportunities to make the passes on the infield and then run away from him down the bowl. So I think right now Davis is really in struggle street compared to Mole and Cowan. Cowie's looking very strong. This is probably the strongest I think Cowie's looked in a little while, Sinker. And I reckon that Pro-Am Championship on the Sunday nights has helped invigorate his hunger to try and back it up with another championship win this season, and really hoping to push his way forward. Yeah, a bit more passion as well. It helped. It positively helped the ego a little bit as well. And I think that's really helped him. Maybe, you know what it was? Maybe all the pressure from the seasons previous caused him to have COVID. Now that he's past that illness, he's now fresh and he's ready to push on, and he's ready to go one better and get a top championship on a Tuesday night.
Yep. I've got it on, I can't remember who I've got it on now, but they're making their way through. Yes, on Di, that's it. She's making her way through. I like her looking at the car. She's getting a lot of pressure there from Brett Taylor. Brett's been on the back of her for a little bit now, and he's at the moment at 3/10. It looks like he's going to make his move down with a bit of draft and drag himself closer and closer. No, she's got an excellent exit out of the corner, and she's actually pulled away from him.
Yeah, I reckon you can see there, one of the strategies you can play at Daytona is you run your front inside wheel right on that yellow line. The bumps actually help you getting a little bit more forward. What's happened with Rushworth?
He's got himself a black flag.
Interesting.
So people drive through.
Possibly causing an incident with someone.
It might have been if someone was.
Yeah, I think that is a yes. So yeah, one of the strategies these drivers can play, we'll see if Cowie does it or if Mole does it, actually hug your inside front wheel right on the yellow line of the bowl, and the bumps actually help your car gain a little bit of pace. Now obviously you have to be careful about blowing your engine at this track, not running fifth gear for too long, but it'll actually help you just gain a bit more pace. These drivers aren't doing it. There goes Taylor around the outside of Feldman. A big balls move there from Taylor. He's done well as he comes around the second horseshoe.
Davis on the outside.
Oh, there's battles everywhere.
They're racing to the first corner.
But no, No, ladies and gentlemen, you're not seeing double. These are not the same team cars that are on screen at the moment. They are separate teams. We're not showing favouritism to one team here. It's Nova and Valve Esports as they are in their battles at the moment. As Davis gets that move done and now has Cowan in his sights, 1.7 seconds up the road. Tohi is around about 2 seconds, Sinker. So Cowan will still need to try and push ahead a little bit more. But we do know tonight there's really no options for fuel saving unless you have a teammate out there able to bump draft. Michael Quash, I think, may have towed back to pits. Or has disconnected from the server because he magically appeared in P2 on the road, and I don't really understand how he's done that, Sinker. So,
I'm not sure there, mate. Not sure there at all.
I'm not 100% sure how he's done that. Yeah, he's done a bit of a magic man. So unless he found the door to the Shadow Realm, maybe, and then ended up back in pits.
Bit of a battle going on. The other battle that I found at the moment is Mr. Wall with Robert Crow, your teammate. And he is fighting his way down the back end of the field.
Well, speaking of passion and speaking of upping the ego a little bit, Robbie in the off season of SRW managed to get himself a P3 at Road America in Split 2 of Vets, and that really helped his ego a little bit. So he is actually getting a bit more pace out of this car now. He hasn't actually changed out of the Mustang since that happened, so maybe he feels a little bit obliged to remain in it for the moment, but yeah, he's looking to continue that run throughout Vets, but also into SRW as well. Just trying to get more time in the car, more time getting used to it a little bit more, and getting used to his new VR that he got last season as well, and just trying to up that pace. But he has got the capabilities. We just need to see if he can put the puzzle pieces together.
In the bottom cam, we've got Rushworth chasing down Brad Anderson and Josh King, putting a lot of pressure on, and been doing it for a couple of laps now. It looks like Josh got himself a better exit out of that oval entrance, so he's got himself a bit off, but the fight keeps going. He's got Josh King, Andrew Rushworth and Brett Taylor now joining that pack as well, so they've got 3 of them coming through. Brad Wall still got Robert Crow down, and Kyler Baker's caught up to that pack. Looks like Robert Crow just about to make a pass on Brad Wall, and has done so.
He has done down the inside. He got a run out of the bus stop. I think Wall actually copped a slowdown for his exit there because he pulled offline and then kind of let Rob have it very, very easily. He's running it super wide. He is so serving a slowdown right now because Clytus has also got him as well.
Josh King and Rushford fighting it through. Rushford taking the inside line on that corner. Will he be able to hold it? King has just gone a bit wide. He's lost 2 places out of it. He's let the boys through. Taylor's got himself through, and his consistent self working his way up the ladder. The boys at the other end that are really putting in a great show is, I'll switch my bottom cam too, is Jason Douglas. He has got a plethora of guys following him through the track and putting a lot of pressure on him. They're all gapping around 4/10 down this straight trying to catch him, but he has held them at arm's length for a while now.
Oh, Davis is trying to make it too wide through the bus stop. I don't know about that idea. Cowie gives him plenty of room through there. That's a very overzealous move from my book there, but he's managed to pull it off absolutely miraculously, Sinker.
Racing, mate. That's what you call racing.
No, that's just that's
in behind him. He's got to get a slingshot down to the last corner here.
That's a move that not a lot of people would attempt. He's managed to pull it off. If he'd blown it up, though, well, we would have not been singing his praises at that point. They're still too wide into the first corner. There's been a bit of a touch between them, but they're still going at the moment. As they come through turn 1.
That's what we call racing.
Still racing.
Sliding around a little bit more than we expected.
It is. Oh, well,
looks like one of the boys in the bottom screen has gone way wide.
Who is that? I'm not 100% sure as we
accelerate cars.
Quite possibly. We've got 1 lap left though. Battle for the lead continues on as Cowie leads to Jamie Davis as they come up towards the second horseshoe, ladies and gentlemen. They've been battling it out all race, side by side for multiple laps. Cowie's trying to hang on. Davis is trying to sneak it up the inside, but Cowie's going to have the inside run up towards the entry to the bowl. We'll see if it's going to pay off for him here. Oh, he's let Davis have it. I reckon that's strategic. He knows he's going to have the tow through the bus stop, Sinker. And I think that may have been a little bit of a misplay there from Davis, but it's a big wiggle from Cowan under the pole.
And see, he tried to get that extra bit of pace and get out of that corner a bit sharper than Davis, and that's cost him that little bit of rear-end traction, and that is what you call a bit of tough titties. He's got himself down the main straight. There's no way he's going to catch him now.
As they come through the bus stop for the final time of race number 1, Cowie's managed to gain a bit of time here on the entry. Exit's going to be absolutely crucial for him as they come up towards the final corner of the Daytona Road Course. Davis is just hanging on by a thread at the moment. 0.3 of a second is the gap. It's dropping as Cowan has the tow. I don't think he can catch him in time, Sinker, as they're going to come up towards the line. As they come round the final corner of this track, Jamie Davis is going to take victory here for race number 1. Cowie P2 by just under 2/10. Molan P3, Douglas P4, Weston makes up the top 5. Vanderkreen comes home in P6, Houghton in P7. Clifton will get P1 for the split, 2 boys ahead of Craig Healy. Robert Crow's gotten P10 on the road. He'll start pole position for race number 2 here tonight.
Now that's what you call racing, eh?
Mate, that was fantastic racing out there between these boys and girls with Di out there as well. But what a run home. What a run home for this field.
Correct, mate. I love it. Politically
We'll
correct.
call them guys. That's multi-gender. It's not biased towards one gender, I think. Not sure. We'll see. I normally say a different word, but I can't say it at this time. We're not up to the late night show yet. As Davis.
I'm not commenting.
No comments. No comments. Absolutely none. Well, what a run home. What a race that was. What a way to start the season. Nice little battle for the top of town. And some good battles throughout the rest of the field as well. You could not have asked for a better way for that to finish. Apart from maybe a different driver winning the race, possibly. So we had something interesting to talk about for the rest of the season.
That was well parked, that car.
Oh, I know, right? That was well parked. Oh, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, Jamie here, you had to feel for him after last season. Missed out on that championship after copping a round ban. Comes back in strong, wins the first race of the season. He'll be hoping to back up what he couldn't do last. And just try and have a strong run, a strong, consistent and clean run this season. It's completely commendable to come back after what would probably break the spirits and the hearts of a lot of drivers, losing that opportunity. But he's got another opportunity this season. He's going to try and push on forward and get it done again. You'd have to feel, though, if he can't pull it off this season, then he may have the moz on him. You know, he may have a bit of a curse over his head.
Your boy is in the pointy end of the grid, mate.
I know, mate. I know. And you know what? Sinker? The race that he actually came third, he started pole. So, I'm not gonna put the moz on anyone, as me overlays have just disappeared. So we'll do a bit of a reload. I'm not gonna put the moz on him at all, but we'll see what he can get done out of this, and we'll see if he can back up his previous runnings here.
Talk about nail biter, Laura. Yes, he was. Cowie is driving out of his skin, and so is Jamie, setting the early standards for the series so far. But there's a couple of names that Gallen down the back.
Yeah, he caught big damage early though. That's a bit. Those ones are a little bit. They're not very representative of what their pace is like.
Definitely not.
This place can catch a lot of drivers out and take a lot of victims about it. You could be one of the best drivers in the series, and you can get caught up by one mistake here, and it could be all over Red Rover. Yep. So, I wouldn't take that for gospel.
No. So we have 48 drivers registered for.
I think so.
For the split 1-2.
I think
so the first round is always a little bit down numbers because people forget. As much as we promote it, people forget. But it'll be interesting next week onwards. It'll just keep going. The people who are really serious for this championship will be here tonight. The ones that haven't forgotten. Well, it's going to be probably a drop round. But early picks, mate, for title.
I'm going to go Cowie.
Ooh.
Yep, I'm going to go Cowie, and then I think for are there two separate championship Sinker, or is it only one?
No, that's 2 separate championships.
Okay, I'm going to go Cowie and I'm going to go Brett Taylor.
Ooh, Cowie and Brett Taylor.
Yep.
Oh. Let's see who is in that AM category now. We've got Kwashi. He's fast. Let's go.
We've got Brad Wall in there as well.
Brad Wall could be a real surprise here.
Yep.
Brad's got a fair bit of pace in him. He hasn't been there for a while, and he's got.
Well,
he's shown
there's
some really good
also
runs,
there's also Andrew Rushworth, who's now been running around in Split 2 of Vet, so he's getting pace week in and week out. Craig Healy's good on his day. Same with Mick Clifton as well. It's pretty well open.
You know what? Mitch had a really strong finish to the season as well.
Don't be boring, Sinker. Come on, I didn't pick my team to win the championship. Come on.
It could be an SRW lockout.
No, I don't think so. Mitch is good. Mitch is good in a GT car, and he's good in the 8.6s. The Supercars are a completely different beast, though. You got to remember that as well.
Oh, this is true.
And he has had 2 seasons in that car, but Brett Taylor's had a lot more experience in it.
I just missed that. Race control, can you please tell us there is someone who's got a
rear of grid
or pit start at the moment?
Interesting.
So we can tell the viewers. I'm not sure who it is, but look, Noble's going to be an absolute weapon in this car in a little bit of time, mate. He just needs to practice. It takes a while to get there.
a bit of a Smokey to be the rising star of the season. We'll say that.
My top 3 for season 3 is going to be Jason Douglas, Jamie Davis, and Andrew Cowan, not in any particular order.
Mine is going to be Andrew Cowan, Jamie Davis, and John Gallen.
Okay, and
I'm gonna pick the boring picks there.
And in split 2, I'm going to have Mitch, Brad Wall, and my other one is going to be Rushworth.
All right, mine's going to be Brett Taylor. Rushworth.
Brett Taylor. I missed Brett Taylor. Oh, no, I'll take that one.
No, you've already said it now. No taking it back, Sinker. No taking it back. You've already said it now.
Brett Taylor, Brad Wall, and Mitch Noble.
Mine's going to be Brett Taylor, Andrew Rushworth, and we'll go with... you know what? There's some other people who aren't here tonight who are not in this list. So let me have a look at the others who are not in this list. Yeah, but they're not in that class. You know what? I'm going to go for Brett Taylor, Stephen Martin, and Andrew Rushworth. Actually, no Rushworth. Sean Vandermeulen.
You know what? It's so hard because I'm looking down this list as I'm going, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, Michael Quash is no slouch.
This is true.
He could be up there as well quite easily. He's got the pace. Sorry, I stepped away from my mic because I just turned my jacket off.
That's fine.
Michael Quash could actually take the M's as well. He's a very fast driver, and yeah. You know what? This is going to be very interesting. And you know what, viewers, if you want to see who's going to win it, you're going to stick around and watch it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the person who's going to win the championship, Sinker, is someone who is racing in this race. I'll make that claim. That someone who is racing tonight is going to win the championship. Because not everyone's driving tonight. And I reckon they're going to get a hot start. They're going to carry the momentum. And that's going to lead them to the front end of town. That's my prediction. Starting grid for... They are, mate. Starting grid for our second race here tonight. It'll be Robert Crow from Simbriggs Infinity Motorsport in P1, ahead of East West Racing Jim K Logistics, Craig Healy out of P2. Mick Clifton, Mark Houghton will then start P3 and P4 with Peter Vanderkrant and Scott Weston out of P5 and P6. Jace Douglas, Billy Mole will then start on the fourth row of the grid ahead of Andrew Cowan and Jamie Davis in the top 10 here tonight. The top 4 cars on the road are all... current or former split 2 vets drivers, so I'm quite happy about that one. Daniel Clutterbuck, Brad Wall then start in behind them as they then move back to Andrew Rushworth, Brett Taylor, Josh King, Brad Hayes, Peter Vabovic, Brett Douglas, Mitch Noble, Jared Williams making up the top 10 here, top 20 here tonight. Kai Turner, Di Feldman, Martin Lipsky and Brad Anderson in behind them. We then move back to Blake Fitzpatrick, John Gallen, Michael Quah. Sean Smith didn't get started in the last race. I doubt he's going to get started in this one. Got 27 cars out there on track here tonight, and it's going to be one hell of a challenge for those Pacific Esports racing drivers to get up to the top end of town, starting at the back of the field.
Yeah, I've got my camera on Clutterbuck in 10th place. He's sitting right behind Cowan, so the second cam will have them coming through through the back. We've got 18 viewers at the moment, plus people on Facebook. Please like and subscribe. Please let your mates know and your family and friends to come out and watch, because this is going to be an absolute epic little battle of 40 minutes of racing at this spectacular world centre of racing. As the Americans, everything's world America. They think they're the centre of the world, don't they?
Well, they call the Lombardi Trophy, the Stanley Cup, and the I can't remember what the NBA trophy's called. They call them the World Championship, as lights are going to go up here. They also call the World Series the World Championship of baseball when it's not. Lights are up there. We're going to go racing for race number 2. It's green flag running here tonight. It was a good start from P2 and P3, and Clifton and Healy. Crow has absolutely bottled it off the start line, though, as Houghton also looks for a run down the inside. There's a little bit of door banging as they come through. Houghton's taken the lead at this point already. So sorry about all the blinking, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of an internet issue at the moment as Crow's been turned round on the inside of turn 1. He's now going to drop down to the back of the field.
Ooh, it looks like Wall. No, who was that? One of my boys and Brad Wall looks like it. Keep them going. Look at that gap Mark Horton's got there. He's got himself a 1.58 second gap all the way down, and then his Healy and Vanderkrant is 6.64. Douglas is going through the field, is 7/10 on the way through, and making a big attempt to get his name up on top end of the scoreboard. Scotty West is behind him, followed by Billy Mole, Andrew Cowan, Andrew Rushworth. Mitch Noble up 10 places in 9th place. He got a spectacular start.
I'll tell you what.
The start between Cowan and Jamie Davis was really close, really close.
Well, one of those big losers is Jamie. He's back in P23. Behind his teammate in Brad Anderson at the moment, and in front of Brad Wall. So these guys all got caught up early on in that earlier incident. Same with Robert Crow. Josh King has also now dropped a heap of spots too. But Cowie's already on the move here as he tries to make positions through the bus stop. They're trying to figure out a laneway to go. Cowie's had to straight line the corner, and he's had to run down the escape right now. He's called something in.
Cowie. Don't keep going, Cammy. You could get disqualified cutting too much off.
He's more likely going to have to get a massive slowdown.
He's blown his motor.
So that would be why.
How much track he overtakes as well, because he'll get a...
he won't get a disqualification. He'll get a black flag. It'll be a massive black flag.
Yeah.
As Houghton's cut it out wide through turn 1 now. He's got Vanderkrant in behind him. So all of a sudden... I don't know. We'll try and figure it out. So, but he's pulling it up here on the side of the bowl. This could be a safety car sinker if he can't get this thing back to pits.
Yeah, depending on where he is on track.
That's right.
That is a way to go. I tell you what, the fighting isn't finished though. Daniel Clutterbuck has got some fighting in front of him with Mitch Noble and Andrew Rushworth. Those guys are going hell for leather all the way through. Rushworth is on the back of Billy Mole, putting some mega pressure on there. If you can see them down the bottom, they've got a heap of cars going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths between them.
So
this is the incident for...
I'm just on board with Cowie. I just want to see when he popped that engine and if it was onto the entry into the bus stop. So he enters onto the bowl in behind Billy Mole. So these guys were battling down to that point. When's he done this?
He must have dropped the gears down too quick. Or something.
Yeah, I think so. So he's going to try and dive it up the inside of Mole.
Been called. Safety car has been called. I'm pretty sure I heard that.
When did he do that? So he's tried to clutch it in off the track. When has he done that? So this is when Rushworth passes him. Oh, he's done. I reckon he's done it on the. Yeah, he's done it right there. So as he's trying to pull it up to avoid.
Too many gears pulling it up.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid Billy Mole, and that's caused him to blow the engine.
I'm pretty sure I heard race control safety car. But
yeah, safety car's out there. The safety car's out there, so.
It is? Okay, so I'm not losing my mind.
No, you're not. Alright, I'm just going to quickly... We're just going to do this.
think we're going to need to do a quick upgrade of your PC.
It's not that. I just need to adjust something. Just need to check the settings. So I'm just going to do a little sneaky here.
Now, what do people think of the new safety car?
I like it.
Yes, I like it too.
Quickly do that, just so I can check something.
So while Hamish is having a bit of a go, we got the safety car out, and the boys are all lined up behind him. We've got Mark Horton, Peter Vanderkrant, Jason Douglas in third. All these boys have gone up about 3 or 4 places, followed by Greg Healy, Scotty Weston, Billy Mole, Andrew Rushworth, Daniel Clutterbuck, Mitch Noble, and Brett Taylor. That's the top 10. So in the split 2, guys, Craig Healy has got himself up with a gap of 3 cars. He's got Scotty Weston, Billy Mole between himself and Andrew Rushworth, and then in third place is coming Mitch Noble, fourth Brett Taylor. These guys that you can see there straight away are all going to be fighting for the title as we go through this season. It's going to be absolutely spectacular in the split 1 and 2, especially once the rest of the grid joins us for next week. So the safety car is out, and he is out on the oval.
I fixed the problem. So by setting my settings had reset when I had a Windows update, and I had fixed my max cars drawn the other day, but it actually changed the resolution that my iRacing loads in to 400 by something else. Yeah, we'll see if thanks, Jackals. We'll see if it if it continues. Then yeah, I probably will have to stop sharing the screen to Synchro, unfortunately. But hopefully this has fixed it now. It should have.
Okay, so safety car's doing one more lap. He's out in the Merc, nice sexy AMG. To all our viewers that are back out here watching us, thank you very much for joining us for our first race of season 3. We're looking at it being an spectacular.
It's going to be a spectacular season.
Yeah. Okay, there's a few cars that are a lap down. They're going to try to unlap them. Okay, it's just Tyson listening to his own voice at the moment.
Classic Tyson.
About all that sort of stuff that they talk about. I'll just pull that out of my ear because it's deafening me. Looks like a few people have gone into the pits. Jamie Davis, Brad Hayes, and Kai Turner have snuck themselves into the pit. If they're going around one more time, they'll probably get onto the back of them. But that's a big loss to catch up.
Yeah, it's a massive loss. I mean, the ones who Davis, Hayes, Cowan, Turner, they're the big ones who have lost out here. I mean, Cowan's going to need another safety car to get back into this at least, just to get his lap back. The big gainer of this though at the moment is the likes of Fitzpatrick, Gallen, and Quash are up 13 and 14 positions respectively. Noble's up 10. Inside the top 10 at the moment. It is currently being led by Mark Houghton, Peter Vanderkrant, then it's Jace Douglas, Craig Healy, Scott Weston, Billy Mole, Andrew Rushworth, Daniel Clutterbuck, Mitch Noble, Brett Taylor, who are now making up the top 10 at the moment. So we'll keep an eye out on all these little battles that'll be happening throughout this race. And interestingly enough, EWR, Healy and Weston, 2 cars inside the top 5 at the moment, Sinker. So these guys have done incredibly well to maintain but also gain themselves some positive positions in this race.
Yeah. I've just got on the bottom screen, Jamie and Rushworth are... Is it Rushworth? I think it's Rushworth. Is it Rushworth?
Yeah, I've stopped at Jackos, so...
yeah, they've
couldn't handle
they've got themselves caught up to the back of the grid now. So everyone has caught up, and we have got Cowan down a lap because he's the one who's called the safety car in. So the funny thing is that Cowan and Jamie took out the major rods for the
first race, and
they're both sitting back at 26
and you know what? They're not going to be leading the championship out of this race if they finish how they are, because obviously you get more points for race 2. But not only that, they're further back in the field as well. Husey's saying, how good's RC tonight? Hey, they're doing a top job, Husey. Incredibly well done. Couldn't handle the pure spice. They couldn't. There was too much spice for my computer to handle. Safety car's pulling away, so we're going to get ready to go racing here. Once again at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the leaders on your screen, as well as Jamie Davis and Andrew Cowan, who were the top 2 drivers of the last race. The Sinker's just changed it on me as Clutters is getting involved in a little bit of contact here with the Pacific Esports racing cars.
Yeah, I've just taken it to John Gallen.
Yeah.
Because we haven't heard from the John Gallen fan club tonight.
Well, the PER fan club are in here earlier, but the actual John Gallen fan club has not piped up just yet. As safety car is now in the lanes, it's going to be up to Mark Houghton to control the field here off this restart. We'll look off the back of his car to see when he goes, to see if Peter Vanderkraan can go with him.
How good is this Chris Grid look, man? Coming around the back of that track.
You know it's going to look even better when
those V8s roar.
Oh, I tell you what though, Houghton has caught Vanderkraan out like an absolute muppet off that restart. He has absolutely done him off the restart there, and Douglas is about to get him as well down round the outside at turn 1 and turn 2. Tries for a switchback now on Vanderkraan. He got caught napping there. He's trying to cover the position at the moment, but Douglas is doing an absolute job right now to try and keep this thing on the podium. Tries to slot it up the inside, can't quite get it done. Oh, there you go. There's the Gallen fan club from Rusty Gander in the chat.
I was about to say, Ray Douglas has been quiet tonight. I haven't heard "Get him, boy" or anything like that.
He's had a couple of chirps in the chat, but not that many.
Come up and off you go, boy.
So come down towards the entry to the bowl now. Douglas putting all sorts of pressure on Peter Vanderkraan ahead of him at the moment. As they enter onto the bowl, they've tightly got him behind them. Both the East-West racing cars are Healy and Weston. Then it's Billy Molan behind. Hey, that's right, Jackals. Be sure to drop a like if you're enjoying the stream. Subscribe as well to keep up to date with all of our broadcasts here. As a massive dive down the inside from Jace Douglas into the bus stop now on Peter Vanderkraan. Douglas gets it done. Vanderkraan has to give it up in that moment, and he looks to head up the road to Mark Houghton at the front of the field. What a return to the series this would be for Jason Douglas if he was able to pull off the miraculous win here tonight in the feature race, Sinker. What a way for him to do it.
Well, he's had his share of bad luck last season, didn't he? You know, when he was having good runs, his internet would go, or blew a car at one point. He had his share of bad luck, so I'm expecting, as I said, he was in my top 3. Vanderkraan's
he's coming to pits, so he's coming in early for this pit stop. Now we suspect, well, it should only be a 1 stop tonight, so maybe he's trying to pull off an undercut here. Yep. So maybe an undercut on the way for those boys. Look at the battle pack in behind Jace Douglas at the moment. Billy Mole right now is under all sorts of pressure here from the likes of Weston and Rushworth. They come through the first horseshoe.
Where Vanderkraan comes out.
Well, he's out at P25. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison to the rest of the field.
Quick splash. Hang on, did he just do a drive-through?
Maybe he did. Or maybe he mistakenly went into the lane. Yeah, he didn't even have a stop. It was a drive-through.
Oh, it might have been an iRacing drive-through.
Oh, for not giving up a slowdown, possibly. He may not have given up a slowdown in time.
He had nothing come up against him. Oh, I think Kai Turner, while he was in the pits, he's had a dropout.
Oh, unfortunate there for Kai. Moment as this battle for P3 continues on. Billy Moles managed to get both of the East-West racing cars of Craig Healy and Scott Weston.
And we just got a black and white flag warning under safety car conditions.
That would be for Michael Quash, who hit the back of Peter Pavlovic under the safety car. Remember when we swapped to Gallen and we had a big wiggle on the bowl? That'll be for that. So but Vanderkraan now has all the work to do. He's going to try and make his way through the field after copping an iRacing drive-through penalty. But at the other end of town,
he is 1.5388.
He is absolutely flying.
Mark Horton.
Oh, he is absolutely flying at the front here. I tell you what, though, his livery, it is confusing me right now because it looks like someone has taken a Mustang livery and put it onto a Commodore at the front of that car. That's a Commodore, but the front of it looks like a Mustang because of how the paint's been set up. That's Brad Wall, who spun round. Yep. That was Brad Wall spun around at the bottom of the screen.
He's called something in.
Yep, and this will be why. I believe it'll be with Josh King. So, this was a separate incident. So this was at the front of the field. Oh, he's actually ended up straight. Oh, Davis has given him a send.
Oh, my boy Davis?
Yeah, Jamie Davis has given him an absolute punt. Spun him around at turn 1. That's why Vanderkran's managed to come past him. So Jamie Davis has actually given him a bit of a punt there through turn 1. They have some answering to do to race control. Brad Anderson at the moment is tracking in P24. No positions gained, but see this, he's actually running a clean and consistent race at the moment. And he is currently slotted ahead of Brad Wall in behind Peter Vanderkran as well, as Douglas looks to put all the pressure now on Mark Houghton up towards the line. Houghton trying to cover that inside line. Douglas wants a run though if he can get it. I'm pretty sure if Houghton leaves this door open, Douglas is going to take the invitation in for afternoon tea, but has to back out of it at the last moment there. Not willing to send it with 34 minutes to go here, Sinker. Or 24 minutes to go, I should say.
Battle down the back. It's getting hotter and hotter.
Mitch Noble's been caught out and left out to dry in this battle for the back end of the top 10. He's dropped out of the 10 now. Nah, Pavlovic's not happy. He's flashing the hell out of him. Yep.
Fitzpatrick up in the 7th place. Well done. 18 places up. He's our mover and shaker of the night.
He's done incredibly well. The other one is John Gallen, who's up 17 positions at the moment. And Michael Quash, who's up 14 right now. Clutterbuck, though, is under pressure here from all the Pelicans. They're spreading their wings, getting ready to fly. As Gallen tucks it up the inside now, the TMX entry of Clutterbuck. Hopes to get this move done to get into paired on the road, but Clutters is now going to have the run down the inside for the entry onto the bowl. Gallen tries the switchback. Does it pay off? It may do here. He's going to have to run down the straight. Has to slot him behind to get that toe.
Jamie Davis has got himself a drive through.
Yep, I'm not. I can't say I'm surprised, Sinker. It was a proper punt. That'll not be helping his championship hopes at the moment, but it is early on in the season, of course, and plenty of opportunity to take some better positions throughout this season and hopefully take this one as his drop round.
That's if he doesn't get another.
This is true. This is true. He needs to be careful of that.
Holiday.
Well, he is on 9 points. Oh no, he would have dropped some. He's on 6 points, I think.
He would have lost 4 points.
Yes, he's on 7. So he needs to be careful because if he gets any more incidents tonight, he could actually find himself right on the bubble again. As Gallen's had to send it up the inside here, Craig Healy possibly committing to a slowdown.
Davis is doing his drive through as we speak.
Yep. See, that's one thing drivers also would have had to be careful of here tonight, and in any of their races this week at Daytona. You got to be careful of your slowdowns. The bus stop, a crucial slowdown to try and avoid. You can serve it all the way up to turn 1. But you are giving up a lot of time down that fast part of the track at the final corner. So it's a real balancing act. The drivers really have to be cautious of. Anyone though who's had 24-hour experience around here, they'll be masters of avoiding that off track. So that's one of those benefits of doing some endurance races, especially the D24 as well.
So, Blake Fitzpatrick, John Gallen doing some teamwork there. They are up 19 places respectively, working their way through the field, and now they're hunting down Andrew Rushworth, 4 tenths behind Rushworth and closing in. These boys, at the rate they're going, with 21 minutes left, are going to be getting really close to the pointy end of the track.
They will be.
James Douglas doing a mega job sitting behind Mark Horton. I think he's just about to make a pass, actually. He's 1/10 behind him.
And he's not too far off the back of him at the moment as he's trying to line up, maybe doing a little bit of fuel saving here in the toe. I mean, Jace will know there's no point trying to take the lead now, because if he can't break the toe, he's never going to run away from Mark. He kind of just has to hope Mark comes in early, releases him, and then lets him run away. So he's actually going to try it down the outside here of Houghton as they come in towards turn 1 and turn 2. Can't quite get it done. Needs to be careful not to scrub too much tyre as Mole looks to come through now on Douglas for P2 on the road.
Look at him go.
They've got Weston in behind them, who's looking to maximise some performances at the end of last season as they come through turn 3 now. Nice little move there, a little bit of swapping and changing of positions in behind them. Top 6 cars on the road, all split 1 drivers at the moment, and there's the 3 split 2s, and then P10 is Daniel Clutterbuck for split 1, as well as Vanderkran's had a big lock up in the bottom screen, trying to get past some drivers here of Martin Lipsky at the moment. He'll then have Di Feldman to get past later on through the proceedings. As this battle at the front end of town continues on here with Douglas and Houghton, we expect pit stops to come within the next 5 minutes or so, Sinker.
Yeah, 100%. Blake Fitzpatrick is the bottle in the neck at the bottle in the neck.
Cork in the bottle?
Cork in the bottle.
That's the word you're looking for.
He's 2.59 seconds off Scotty Weston, who's chasing down Billy Mole down at 2/10, but all behind him. Well, that's just changed because John Gallen just passed Blake. Then you've got Fitzpatrick, Rushworth, Healy, Noble, Clutterbuck, Taylor, Quash, Pavlovich, Clifton, Crow, all within 5 to 3/10 of each other.
It's going to need to be a big comeback for some of these drivers in this race. Some of them have taken pit stops, but that would have been to either repair some damage or possibly go for an undercut on their competitors. Actually, none of them have taken undercut territory, actually. This is the first pit stop for Blake Fitzpatrick as well as Mick Clifton.
The pits are being triggered. Let's have a look where Fitzpatrick's going to sit as he comes out.
He's had Clifton just come past him.
Blinking, we'll be able to select it.
He's in. Where is Clifton? Clifton's a little bit further up. He's just dropped into his box now.
Green now. Blake's coming out.
There is Blake Fitzpatrick out of pit lane. Gets past Cowan, who unfortunately is out of this race. Gets past Clifton, so he's actually going to remain ahead of him. He's about to exit the lane as well. He's going to have Brad Wall up the road from him on exit. Here is Blake Fitzpatrick. He's battling it out for that top 5 at the moment. He comes out ahead of Brad Anderson. His teammate John Gallen is just entering the bowl now, so that's the gap at the moment.
Just out in front of Davis as well.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done well to get out ahead of... Are you sure he's out ahead of Davis? Davis is 2 positions higher than him at the moment. That's Anderson in behind him. I know, it may not have updated since the changeover of the last lap. That might be what it is. Blake did a Michelson. Oh, he did too. Yeah, Fitzpatrick actually overshot the box. So this is actually going to give up a lot of time for him now. He's overshot his pit box and is actually going to lose a bit of time off this Cinco. I completely missed that.
He was only in for 12 seconds. Mick Clifton was in for 13.2. So
interesting.
He's still there about the money.
This Gallen's going to continue on. Douglas is in the lane now, so we'll see where Douglas ends up. There's Noble coming past.
All right, I'll put my screen on Douglas. And
we'll keep an eye. I'll go with Fitzpatrick. I'll be on board with Fitzpatrick. So we'll see where he comes out around Jace Douglas.
Okay. What do you want me to go to, Douglas? Or?
Yeah, go to Douglas because he's in the lane.
There he is.
Go to TV3. Go to TV3.
He's having a bit of a gap. Here he comes.
Yeah, he's got a well gap over Fitzpatrick. So Fitzy's time was a 12.0. Douglas's was a 13.82.
Where's he going to come past that Mark Horton? Because Mark Horton was in front of him previously. Because Mark went in the lap before.
So Douglas is now out. That's now going to be the gap between him and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's now 6.2 seconds off the back of Douglas. I reckon Douglas could actually catch out. And he's actually lost the lead of this race to both Billy Mole and Scott Weston. So he's now P3 on the road, possibly corrected P4.
No, well, you got Brad Hayes and Jamie Davis will still have to pit. So Jace will be first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mark Houghton is corrected P4.
Oh, yes.
Because he's behind Scott Weston and Billy Mole.
100%. And he should have gone in earlier.
Yeah, I reckon he's slightly gone too long now. He's kept going.
Look at his lap time, 148.00.
Yeah, he's in now. He's brought it in now.
Yeah, there it goes.
So here comes Mark Houghton. Oh, and he's had a big slide into the pit entry as well. That's going to cost him. That is day done for Mark Houghton in this race. He's got big damage on that car. He's going to drop a heap of spots and a heap of time. Do not be surprised, Singer, if he ends up at the back of the field because of this.
Oh, look at that car. It's missing the nose. He's got a bit of damage there. He's sitting there on the jacks.
Well, Douglas,
I want to see him.
Yeah,
know him.
Douglas is going to just stream past him. That there is hopes.
Pit entry, it's all full.
Yep, it's hopes and
Douglas. Patrick, here goes a sprint out.
That's hopes and dreams gone for Houghton. He has dropped at least 12 seconds to Jason Douglas through one mistake. That has cost him absolutely immensely.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him big time. I'll tell you what,
he's going to have to rely now on safety car, or he's going to have to rely that he has absolute pure pace over the field. But he's not on the pace with Douglas. Douglas has been absolutely ridiculous in this race.
Yeah, he's been on point tonight. You've still got Billy Miles, Scotty Weston, Gallen, Rushworth, Noble, Clash, Healy, Crow, Vanderkran and Feldman all to pit still. So they'll be coming in within the next lap.
As Mole comes round the final corner, so whether he comes in this lap or next, we will see. He's kept going. He hasn't come in. Scott Weston has come into the lane though. So you know what that was, Sinker? That was Houghton carrying a bit too much speed into the lane entry. He was just trying to maximise entry, and it cost him massively. Quash and Healy are also in. I know, they're going long.
Still a few boys that are staying out though.
Well, they're going long.
Where's our Cowan boy down at it's right, he blew his
He's
head,
out.
didn't he?
He's in the lane and currently having a chicken sandwich and making a phone call, and he'll be back soon. So that's where Cowie is at the moment.
Well, camera's on Billy Mole at the moment because he's going to be going in soon. It's going to be eager to see where he comes in and where the likes of Jason Douglas comes through as they come through that pit reshuffle for the actual positions.
Well, Jace Douglas will be getting frustrated right now. He's trying to get past Jamie Davis, who hasn't pitted yet. He's pushing him, Davis is pushing Douglas to the absolute limits to try and get this move done, but it's costing him time now trying to get this done. Now, I know Davis, he's racing. He needs another pit. He needs a pit stop loading at home. At some point, you just got to think, hey, well, this guy's pitted. He's ahead of me, technically. Do I just let him go and hang on the back of him and let him drag me forward? So,
in our split two guys at the moment, we've got Rushworth on the top step, followed by Mitch Noble, and third, Brad Hayes. Now, it's going to be a bit of a gunfight between Rushworth and Noble. Noble is actually 7 seconds behind. So Rushworth absolutely on fire tonight. Gallen up 24 positions today. Absolute pillar of a second heat.
Yeah, he's done really, really well. Billy Mole's brought his car into the pit lane.
Here we go.
So has Rushworth. Gallen stayed out. Noble's come in. Crow's been forced to stay out as he could not get an entry into the lane. So Noble is also in. There's Douglas coming round the bowl now.
Yep.
So we'll see where he ends up in comparison.
Billy Mole's on the rack still, up on the hoist.
Past the straight.
14 seconds. 14 and a half seconds.
Yeah.
Stop. That's... it's actually not bad, actually, now looking at the other ones.
Well, Douglas is coming through turn one now. He's about to get him there. It is the move for provisional P1 on the road. So we'll see what the separation's going to be after Jace Douglas comes through turn 2 and turn 3. Up towards turn 4 now. Gap is 2.3 seconds between him and Billy Mole for the provisional lead of this race.
Great driving by Jace tonight. Great driving.
I've been very impressed. He's done incredibly well.
All the right moves tonight. All the right moves. We've still got Vanderkam, Crow, and Gallen to pit. We know Gallen's no slouch, and his strategy could be still on point because he's still lapping very fast. His last lap was a 1:46.69, so his lap is still up there. Jace Douglas' last lap was a 1:46.92, so that's 3/10 difference there. Let's see how he goes with the pit stop when he goes in. He can't be out there for much longer, can he? I've got my camera out on top of him now.
The top 5 all need to make their stops technically to get home, as Gallen's just come in.
Gallen did.
Yeah.
All right, this is the move we want to see tonight. This is Jason Douglas coming around the back, and John Gallen on the hoist.
So Crow's also followed him in. They're air jacks. Vanderkran's also in.
Yep.
We suspect Brad Hayes, Jamie Davis should be coming in shortly as well because they need stops to get home. Hayes is in.
There he is. Brad Hayes is in now.
Gallen has just dropped, but Douglas is about to come past him as he now comes past the pit entry. So he's actually going to have quite a much more significant lead over John Gallen than he does Billy Mole. So Gallen is probably going to drop to about P3 on the road now. After this, as Billy Mole comes past him through turn 1. Oh no, he's actually going to get Mole. He might even get Mole or he ran it wide.
Mole's got the pace. He's
Yeah,
got him there.
he does.
Just gets it out in front of him.
So Davis is leading the race, but he needs a pit stop to get this car home. We've got 9 minutes left. We'll see if Davis is going to try and push the limits here, see if he can get this thing home on fuel strategy, but I highly doubt it. So Jace Douglas is corrected leader at the moment. He would also be winning the round at the moment as well.
Yep.
After a good finish in the first race.
Quashi got an IRacing penalty entering the pits. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may have been. Gary Davis, did Jamie pit during the last safety car? Yes, he did pit during the last safety car, so he might be right.
He didn't pit during the safety. Did he pit during the safety car?
Yeah, he did, because he caught the field from the back. But I don't know.
He wouldn't have enough. I don't think he'd have enough to get home. I don't think he would.
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
Anderson's run it way wide though through the bus stop. That's caught up both Davis and Douglas through there. As they come round now.
Full course yellow.
Yeah, full course yellow. That'll be Brad Anderson into the wall, I think. Which was this one here. So he's down into the bus stop. He's trying to let the faster guys go through. He's tried to run the outside line, but he's not been able to. So he's run it out wide.
So Fitzpatrick's on the Fitzpatrick is on the blower. Under yellow conditions, he was passed on the back straight. I think that might have been Scotty Weston. Jamie Davis has gone in the pit, so that was your questions answered. He is in the pit, and there's a full course yellow, so that might help him a little bit as far as losing the places he would have normally lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there is a full course yellow. Safety car is out there though, so we will see now. I'll just look back, see if there's anything out there.
Yeah, his safety car is definitely out there.
Oh, Cowan's back out on track. I told you he was having a chicken sandwich, making a phone call, then he'd be back with us. Actually, he's been doing laps. He's actually only a lap down. He's going to get his lap back.
Yes, he will.
So that must have been Kai Turner's car I saw in the lane then. So he is still out there.
Here we go. The readdress. Scotty Weston has to readdress his position to Fitzpatrick, which has already been done.
Yeah, he has done that.
All good. All right, so
that would have been Quashi. That's why. So Quashi's back in the lane. So this will be it here. This will be the moment here. Happened on lap 15. Into the bus stop. Oh, he just straight lined the bus stop. Tried to avoid. He should have just gone through the tyres. He shouldn't have tried to go on the grass. So what's he done? It is a free pit stop for Davis. He's ended up back in P18 though, so it hasn't really been that good for a freebie. Quashie's here.
In this lap.
Yep. I do not see anything as to why Quashie has ended up in the pits without his front end. Oh, this will be white. Oh, yep. Bang. Straight in. Pit exit. Stuck in the pit. That'll be why Quashie ended up in the pit lane and not moving.
He was stuck against the wall.
Yeah, he was at the pit exit wall. So he came around turn one, lost the rear end, and then put it straight into the tyre barrier. So that'll be why.
All right, so the safety car is out there. Looks like we are all in good shape. They have
A couple of wave rounds need to happen though. Brad Anderson needs to get waved around. So does Cowan.
Yeah, just a bit of safety procedure being discussed about blue flags. So, yes, Taylor has done well out of that. He's got himself to 18th position. Still a way back to where he was. All right, safety car is in the pit lane. Jace Douglas is leading the field out. Billy Moll second, John Gallen third.
Why haven't they done these waiver rounds? Cowie and Anderson have missed out on their waiver round here.
Don't know.
And Anderson's now going to be in the hot seat because Douglas is now going to get to drive off. Moll's now going to have to try and make his way around lap traffic and going to be under pressure from John Gallen.
He's just moved out of the way.
He's moved out of the way, but unfortunately he's going to go... I don't know about that. That's unfortunate for Brad and Andrew. They missed out on it, but...
He did make instructions to the blue flag cars to move out of the way.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So he's made the call to the drivers as they're going. Okay, safety car is off. They're all up in the action. Douglas is going to be taking his maiden season 3 victory at this pace. He's already got 1.52 seconds off Billy Moll. And Gallen, Andrew Washworth, Fitzpatrick, Weston, all under 5/10, putting the pressure on Billy
but
Moll.
Fitzpatrick, big wiggle off exit of the horseshoe. He's now going to drop out of the top 5 to Scott Weston. Needs to keep it careful though, does well not to get caught up in a big moment, but all of a sudden he's under pressure. Mark Houghton's actually back in this thing here, Sinker. He's done well to get back inside the top 10 after his incident in the pit lane.
Yeah, very well. You know what? I'm feeling that tonight is a very rusty night by a few drivers.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. You can see that a few drivers have taken the break and taken a break during the break.
Yeah.
Which you do need sometimes. 24 people watching. Thank you very much for everyone that's out there watching. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe and notifications so you'll let you know when the next event's on. We've got a heap of racing this week as the opening round for season 3.
Well, that's right. Tomorrow night, the first round for the Super Formula Championship. Hungaroring action for another F1 Shadow round. Thursday night, of course, out at Donington Park for the GR86 Nationals, brought to you by Shannon's Insurance. Friday, Legends World Challenge at Belle Isle. If you want to get a preview for what that can be like, go check out Infinity Broadcasting. You'll see what happened in the final round of last season, last Friday night. And then, of course, as well, the Warren Brown Tools GTD Series out at Spa, being Spa 24 Hours this Saturday night. And then Sunday, we're back here at Daytona for the Warren Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship with open classes. And the only aids that drivers are allowed is the auto blip. There's Jace Douglas.
There's a going on there, I'll tell you
what. There's a heap of battling going on.
Oh, what's happened to Vanderkrant? He's had some issues or something, I'm not sure. I could hear him talking in the background, but
I think he's
quite
dropped
sure
out, unfortunately. Michael Quash, though, has had a big spin on the main straight, on the back straight, sorry. Needs to be careful about driving. Is he? No, he's driving the right. He's the exit turn 1. I was just confused for a second. I'm like, where is he? He's driving backwards. No, he was off the exit of turn 1. So, but he has kept on going. But Jace Douglas leads this race. 0.6 of a second is the lead, Sinker. And this next lap is going to be the final lap of the race.
Already? I can't believe it's happening already.
It's flown by. You watch. We're going to get to round 9 at Road America. And you're going to be like, where is it gone? What has happened?
What happened to
Vandercreen, but he was disqualified. He said something. There was discussion going on, and he said that
he towed back to pits without permission. I think he's towed back to pits without permission.
It wasn't. He drove. I think he got something to do with iRacing.
Oh, maybe he got shadow realmed.
Disqualified for going back to pits without permission. He just didn't drive for it.
So he had an incident. What was it? Oh, he went into the caravan park, ended up in the wall. He's towed. He towed back. So maybe he had a steering failure, and that straight lined him in the corner.
Going too far into the too way off the track, because he was saying something about clearing something iRacing.
So maybe, I don't know, because he straight lined the corner and then he's ended up back in the pit lane. I'm not sure, but at the moment it's white flag lap. Jace Douglas is under immense pressure now from Billy Mole at the front of the field for the win of this race. This will be the first time Jace Douglas has won in a fair while. It'll be the first time that Billy Mole would have won in a fair while as well. As they come down towards the bus stop here for the final time here tonight. Mole all over the back of Douglas. Through the bus stop they come now. Just need to try and keep it cool, calm and collected. Round through the exit they come. They both remembered their bus pass tonight. Mole, though, has a massive run out of the bus stop. Douglas has got to slow down. Billy Mole is going to get the lead of this race. He's going to claim the win in the absolute dying embers of this one. Billy Mole of Nova Sim Sports crosses the line and is going to take P1 on the road here tonight.
Wow, what a way to finish.
Douglas has got P2 from Gallon, but they've had contact across the line. Sinker, sorry to cut you off. He's been sent by Gallon into the pit exit. Gallon's had P3, Weston's had P4, Rushworth P5, P1 for split 2. A whole heap of controversy and chaos has ensued, and a heap of work for race control to figure out what's happened.
Oh, wow, and Andrew Rushworth sitting there for the
have you just seen it?
I've just seen the replay now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So Douglas did take P2, but Gallon may have some explaining to do for absolutely cooking him across the line. We didn't get all the angles, so I can't really comment too much. Jack was saying, I think I saw him go around Quash and pit exit when the bloke crashed and went on the grass to get around. Oh, he would have had an unsafe exit for leaving the track. So that'll explain what happened with Vandercreen. So he would have had an unsafe pit exit because he's had to avoid Quash, who had ended up in the pit exit after stuffing it up at turn 1. Okay, that would explain it.
Well, the RC will get the top 3. Billy Mole, Jason Douglas, John Gallon on the front of the grid, and also Andrew Rushworth, Mitch Noble and Mitch Clifton for their little photo sesh. But in the booth, we'll have Billy Mole, Jason Douglas, John Gallon and Andrew Rushworth for our first podium chats of the season. How's that?
Mate, it's going to be absolutely epic to have a chat to them. Bit disappointed we don't get to chat to Brett Taylor, because, you know, we love a chat with Brett Taylor. He loves a yarn.
Yeah, well, he finished 1, 2, 3. He finished in 4th. So he's Mr. Consistency. We know that. He just needs to keep hitting those marks all the way through. So we expect him to be there at the pointy end of the season, because we know how much he loves talking to us. I mean, who wouldn't?
This is true. We are the height of distinguished conversation.
Yeah. Not intelligent, but distinguished.
Exactly, distinguished. Some people would call it extinguish. They don't want us to talk, but we have open air. Well, what a run it was tonight for Daytona Cinco. Great way to start the season. Whilst we wait for our podium finishes to get into the green room here tonight, we'll have a look at our calendar for next week. Monza next week for an Italian double header of Monza and Imola. Going to be a big test for these drivers at both tracks. Could have another possibility of engines blowing at Monza.
Put my screen on the bottom, mate, so we can see the pit champions.
They're rolling around. We're going to get them on screen. Don't worry. They're slowly rolling around. We haven't even got our
No,
Podium
but I've got
finishes
them
in there
lined
for
up on the grid, mate, just perfectly like I want them.
They're about
Have
to
a
line.
look at the
They're
advertising. Here we go. Here we've
about to
got-
line up on the grid as
we've
they
got
pull up around the
Deadhead
final
from,
corner.
Deadhead and Hobbs there from Dylan. Pro Plumbing Supplies and Nova on there as well. Pacific Eastport Racing has got the one shot. What's that say? One shot what?
I don't know, but we can't actually see it properly on the double view sync.
Yeah.
We can't see it properly. It's fine. They're going to roll around. We'll get them on screen. And then we'll go for some B-roll for the race and have our interviews happen as well. So remember, guys, if you liked what you saw here tonight, it was a big night of racing, a big week of racing to come as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you are notified. Got some big stuff coming for Season 3, of course. Super Formula Championship tomorrow night in the SF Lights. Then we have Thursday night, Shannon's Insurance, GR86 Nationals. Friday night, doubleheader of the Legends World Challenge and the Warren & Brown Tools GTD Series. And Sunday night, we're back here at Daytona for the Warren & Brown V8 Supercars Championship once again. You guys do not want to miss it. It's going to be absolutely epic. And, well, what more could you ask for? And a beautiful Tuesday night and going forward into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. It's going to be brilliant.
Looking forward to it in a big way. These boys put on a show tonight as usual, and it's a good way to kick the season. Good way to kick the season off. I think it's season 3.
That's right.
Oh, what are we in? Year 5? I can't remember. I've lost count of where we're up to, but I think we just it gets better and better and more fun every time we come and join all these drivers and the viewers as well, because we love having a chinwag of you people out there.
Obviously, this week the viewers can expect myself and Cowie tomorrow night for F3s, yourself and JP for Thursday for the 8.6s, myself and if we have a co-commentator for Legends, and then have you lined up JP for GTs as well on Friday?
Yep, Steph's joining you for the GTs.
I'm not in GTs on Friday. I've told you this about 3 times. You had to line someone up, Sinker. I'm not available on Friday for GTs. I told you this.
I don't remember that at all.
I've told you about 4 times. I've told you the dates. Friday is one of them.
Oh, you're away?
Yeah. I can do Legends, but I can't do GTs. So I can do Legends, but I can't do GTs. Only this Friday. Every other Friday I can do it, but it's just this Friday that I can't.
Yes,
so,
okay. We'll get JP to jump in. I'm sure he'll love to do the GTs.
I had a great time last time at Hockenheim. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Good little burnout there by Mr. Mole.
Yep, and then he lined it up on the
or
line
is
as
he
well.
whiting in the sky?
Whiting in the sky.
Okay, so what do we got? We got Jason Douglas, Billy Mole in there.
You're waiting for Mr. Rushworth and
they are
there he is.
not.
We got Mr. Rushworth.
I don't know fighting. There's no fighting, mate. I'm just going to bitch slap him.
You're the one that'll be getting one.
Here we go. A few more boys are jumping in there. Let's get Mr. Rushworth in. Just Mr. Rushworth, you have got your mic and headphones off, so turn them on, please. Mr. Andrew Rushworth, how you doing, mate?
I don't know.
How you going, buddy?
Himself.
Sorry, yes, I did have to undeafen myself.
How was that, mate?
Oh, it was a pretty intense race, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to finish where I finished after starting 13th on grid. But,
Yeah, you did really well, mate. You did really well. Did you get a feeling that everyone was a bit rusty out there tonight?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I think most people have had a week or so break from the league, so yeah, just trying to settle back into a rhythm, I think.
Yeah, I think that'll happen very quickly. Everyone will be, after tonight, everyone will be like, shit, I need to practice a bit more and get back out there on the rigs and start going for it. But, mate, what a night for you. Is this going to be a title fight? Is there going to be enough hours for practice for you?
Well, considering I'm racing 5 nights a week now, yeah, going to be driving a lot of different cars, but I love the V8, so...
What are you doing? Which ones are you doing?
Apex League Monday night, and then SRW Tuesday, SRW Wednesday, Vets on Thursday, and then both the Legends and the GT3s on Friday with SRW.
You are an absolute legend, mate. I love it. I love it. Obviously single or divorced soon.
I'm single, mate. No kids.
That's all right.
If you couldn't tell.
Well, it was going to be about single or divorced soon. It was one or the other. Well, mate, that was
many nights on the couch. I think if I was had a missus.
Well, yeah, you know what? It's what better thing to do, mate? You got all your mates. You got Discord room. You're having a chinwag, having a laugh. It's fantastic for mental health. Get stress release at the end of the day after work. I'd highly recommend it for anyone.
Yeah, it's great to have a teammate in driving the V8s in SRW now. It's awesome.
Exactly.
I love
Exactly.
It. So,
up 8 places, mate. So you've done a phenomenal drive. Up to 5th in the whole grid. Like that's pretty awesome for a start. And then
did I finish 5th?
Yeah, you finished 5th outright. So and then you've got Mitch Noble and Mitch Clifton in 10th and 11th. So you really smashed both those guys by 5 places. So you did really well. You had an epic night tonight, mate. Just keeping it clean.
Yeah, I think I missed a little bit of chaos in the main feature race in turn 1. I was lucky to get through whatever happened in front of me. But with that reverse top 10, that makes a little bit tricky, I think, on the first and second corners. But made my way through and kept my nose as clean as possible. But it was a good night. I didn't know that I won the split 2.
Yeah, I could hear them telling you on the RC telling you through the comms to get up there, and you did sound a bit shocked.
I didn't know whether or not to pull in the pits or come and line up on the grid.
Yeah.
At the finish line.
Well, mate, who gets your team out on the track, and who you got to thank?
Yeah, massive shout out to Pagnian Advanced Simulations, Next Level Racing, Dubby, Fanatec, Stump Grinding Central Coast, Razor, and Chubby Buns Burgers. And a massive shout out to the Apex Esports League and the rest of the team for all the support. Really appreciate it.
Excellent, mate. Well, good luck for the rest of the season. Some consistency, that's the key. And you could be at the pointy end at the end of the season for an epic battle, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, mate. Take care of yourself. See you next week.
Cheers. Big shout out to Race Control and the safety car as well. They do an awesome job.
Excellent, mate. Cheers, buddy.
See ya.
All right, mate. Who we got next?
Mr. Gallen, who was P3.
Ooh. Mr. Gallen, where is he? I can't even see him. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Mr. Jonathan Gallen, how you doing, buddy?
Mate, exhausted. Coming from that rear of the grid. Scary.
Did you practice much off season, or was tonight just like getting the rust out?
Getting that rust out in that first race, mate. I couldn't believe it. I had my overlays up. I didn't abide the slowdown, and I'm like, all right, black flagged. I can't read it. The overlays are in the way. It must be a drive-through. Oh, I'll go through a drive-through. Yeah, no, black flag's still there. Have a sit and hold for 55 seconds. Okay.
What did you do?
I didn't abide the slowdown.
Okay, yeah. That's a shocker, man. Don't worry, I've done that many a times. Probably more than anyone else in this league, probably, I reckon. But look, you did you recouped the night with a fantastic result. Was there anything said about the little touch at the very end?
Not between the drivers. Race Control pulled me in, had a bit of a chat, so we'll see the verdict with that one.
Okay, was there a ticket raised? Was there, or someone's raised the incident? I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't go further into it. I'll keep you guys guessing for a bit and keep the crowd guessing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I may be penalised, I may be not. So we'll see. You know.
Well, exactly right. We'll see. There's one thing that I think drivers are learning very quickly at SRW, that the RC on Monday nights go through a lot of length with all the different angles, and we can actually see the videos these days. So we go through what angle's happening here, who's done there, who's done right wheel down, who hasn't. So we go to some of these decisions take us quite a while, and I sit there going, are we really done yet? But it's a lot of fun, and it gets people to see what the rules are. But yeah, mate, it's good to have you back on the top 3 steps again, which is good. hunting down the title for consecutive seasons?
We'll see how we go. After, I don't know. See how the series ends up.
You don't want to put the moz on, do you?
Yeah, like I did a little tiny bit of practice, but I've got a lot of
Yeah.
other stuff going on at the present.
Yeah.
So a few hot laps. I wasn't a fan of the setup one bit. Done a couple
Yeah.
slight little changes. I went, yeah, that feels all right. I'll just run that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be at the pointy end. It looks like it's going to be yourself, Billy Mole, Douglas. Yeah, there's good pace in this series at the moment. Jamie Davis. It's going to be a hell of a slog. It could be anyone's at the moment, and I'm looking forward to the battle between you boys and the show that you boys put on as well. And the Gallon Club was out in full force early before I got on comms, but I didn't hear them later on, mate. So you got to tell them to lift their game.
Mate, they're probably out there racing themselves. Getting some practice in. We've got obviously Spa's coming up, so that's going to be huge.
Yep.
Yeah, going to be fun with that one. But yeah,
and
going from car to cars, it's definitely hard.
Whose crazy idea was it to get Mr. What's his name? I've just gone blank into the team.
Mr. Harry Dodds.
Mr. Dodds, yes, Mr. Harry Dodds. Look, he's a good egg, man. I like the boy. And I said to him, he told me that he's joined Pacific Esport, and I said, mate, you'll have a blast there. The boys are all good eggs, and you'll have some good fun, and hopefully some of your racing will settle down as well.
Yeah, it was good having him join the team. It was a team decision to bring him in, so got him in. I hope he enjoys it. Loves every minute. We're a bunch of pelicans. We love it. We look forward to having him and seeing what he can do, and also what we can do with him with the team. And we'll see how we go on Sundays.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say who's in. I have had a look, but I can't remember which of the Pelicans is racing Sunday night.
I think it's just myself and Harry.
Just used to. He needs a wingman. He needs a wingman, so it's good to have the two of you off at least.
Yeah, well, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Well, mate, go through the reel. Who gets the Pelicans out on track?
Mate, start off with the guys and the team at PR. Lake Edge Holiday Units at Burrell Lake. One Shot Pest Management. Bin the Blade for Balin Foundation. Our partners, W Energy Drink. Tim Nickel Photography, Player One Sim Gear, I should say, not Gar. Thanks guys, the boys in the team, the supporters, and you guys for putting up the stream, and a massive shout out to Race Control. We wouldn't be here without them. Yeah,
they do a good job. It's a thankless position, but they do a good job. But we keep them down in the dungeons for a reason, mate. Well, mate, congratulations on your podium for the feature race tonight, and back to your podium ways. Good luck for the rest of the season. Hope to see you battling it out for the season 3 title. And catch you next week, mate. Good luck with it all.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks, Hamish.
Thanks, mate.
Take care.
All right, who we got next, mate? We got Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas, where is he? Jason Douglas, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, you?
Oh, mate, I'm pumped to be back in the seat. It's good to be back here with Hamish, having a bit of a chin wag, and Dad Ray coming in and say, go you good thing, and all that sort of stuff. So we're having fun as usual, mate. Showing a bit of form early in the season, mate. I'd like the way you were driving tonight. You were having a good crack. Very, I wouldn't say cautious, but very, very clean and calm, and you were picking your passes really well tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I just stuffed up the last lap and got a penalty, and I was a bit angry, but we crossed the line in P2, so that's the main thing.
Mate, it's a long season, and consistency wins this series. We've seen it all in the past. We've seen Joe Mahoney win this series with a win, only one win for the season, and it was a final round, and that was season 2. So it can be done. Consistency is the key. And the main important thing, mate, is did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it after having the season off, and then come back and I was like, my focus is this season to try and win the championship. If I can, I'll be happy. And then work forward to see what the team's got for me for the season after. Either come back or am I going to be sent to another league to try and do it? I'm not sure.
Well, you know, you're quite open to race Saturday and Sunday. I'm sorry, Tuesday and Sunday. Racing against the big boys on a Sunday night. I think you got scheduling issues on Sundays because you've got karting and all that sort of stuff as well. It gets in the way. But the championship is going to be an epic fight, mate. Some of the names that are racing in that series are very, very, very fast boys. Gamble, Lob, Rian, Dikey, who else off the top of my head? Hamish, help me. I can't remember the boys' names even anymore.
Oh, I couldn't even tell you, mate. There's that much talent. It's completely escaped me.
Yeah, it is crazy. The pace that's going to be here on Sunday nights is going to be an absolute spectacle to watch. Really, really good. But anyway, mate, congratulations. Good way to start the season. It's going to be down to consistency, and seeing the way you drove tonight was pretty cool, mate. You looks like you upped your game a bit with consistency and picking your passes, not jumping on that first pass. So it's good to see the way you're driving. Who do you think gets your team on track now?
So firstly, I'd like to thank Stephen Grumble, who helped me tonight to be my spotter. And then my team at Dynamic Sim Sports. Thanks to the boys there for giving me a good setup for a good car. So we got warm paint, hobs, boring and trenching, dead heat clothing brand, and Bluetooth driver performance. And I'd like to give a shout out to Jet for the weekend, who's racing Toyota 86s. So go get him, mate.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations on your podium, and good luck for the rest of the season, dude.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, finally we are to the round champion and heat champion, Mr. Billy Mole. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm alright, yourself.
It's a bit of a wait in the waiting room, isn't it? We don't even have minties or champagne or anything for you in there.
Not good. Yeah. Oh, how's it been?
Mate, there was a few swaps and changes in the last few laps for the front position.
Yes.
How much fun was that? Because it was awesome to watch.
It was fun, but also terrifying. A couple of times I lost the rear. Like, please don't spin. I'm just for such a good finish.
Were you happy with the setup, or did you have a loose one?
So it changed. Sometimes it felt good. Sometimes it felt fucking terrible. At the end of the stint, it felt.
In the tyres?
I don't know, because at the end of the stints, it felt good. It was in the middle. I was starting to struggle a bit, but other than that, it was sweet. And I feel like I had a lot less rear wing, so I had a pretty good straight line speed.
Yep. Excellent. So the rear end was probably heating up in occasions and giving you traction out of the exit.
Yeah, and also on the brake and just like shaking the rear and that. It's alright.
Well, it sounds like it was a bit of a handle. Sounds like it was a bit of a bull to handle. No teammate tonight to back you up on track. Where is the old fart?
No, he's on night shift. Yeah.
Oh man, he's on night shift.
He messaged, I think, might have been last night. He's like, can't make it. I'll see you next Tuesday. He's got a wedding on the weekend. He's got work and night shift. I was like, damn it. I was like, slipstream's good in qualifying here. I need you.
Oh, this is true. Yeah. Very true. Very true. And it's always good to have a teammate out on track as well, because it just gives you that level of confidence and that second set of eyes if they're behind them or in front of them, whatever the case may be. It just gets you that bit of extra focus. So it's a lot more fun that way too. But great drive, mate. Look, consistency is going to be the key. I just told Jason that. Doing a fair bit of practice. Where's your mindset out for the championship?
I'll be honest. Coming into this night, I just didn't want to drive. I'll be honest. I didn't want to
You
drive.
didn't wanna drive?
I didn't want to drive. I was like, fuck, I don't know if I do it, but I did it, and I've somehow and I didn't even gel with the track like in the little practice I did.
Yeah.
There's no way I do good here. I've somehow done it for the win. So,
The track you didn't like?
I didn't like it. I didn't gel at
Yeah.
the start. I didn't gel with it, but as I got into the race and that, I started to gel with it. But like in practice, I was terrible. I just didn't like it.
Yeah. You started to get a bit more rhythm as the laps came on.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Well, congratulations, mate. You took the top step round one. Spectacular form. Let's see how the rest of the season pans out for you. You're one of the guys that seems to be up there last season and just didn't quite make the top few steps.
Yeah.
But maybe this is the turnaround season for you.
I'm hoping. I really want to, because last season I got a sprint race win. I was like, I want to get like at least a feature or like a main race win. That's what I wanted, and I finally got it.
Yep. Well, you got the pace for it, mate. I think it's just a mindset.
It definitely needs a change.
Well, that is the most professional racers, sportsmen, whatever it is. A lot of them say it's the last 10% is the mental game.
Yeah.
It's where it is, and it's getting familiar with the tracks. You're familiar with the drivers around you now. This is the third season, so you know what's going to happen. So, look, mate, good luck. It's good to see you on the top step. We've been waiting for you to take that next little leap, and I'm predicting this could be your jump season, mate.
Oh, I'm hoping. I really want to be fighting up the front more often.
Hey, is there any questions for Billy Mole before we send him on his way?
Oh, how are you feeling going into the rest of this season? Obviously, Sean's getting some good practice in now racing in vets with Todd more often in the same split. Are you still feeling the love from the boys and ready to have a proper crack at this championship now, especially after tonight's performances?
Yeah, I reckon everyone can have a crack like up towards the top. Matt's quick. Sean's got really quick from when he first started with me. So yeah, I reckon one of us could take a championship. I reckon Matt definitely can come towards there. Maybe even Sean. And is Sean amps or is he split one?
It'd be split two still. So,
yeah, he could. I reckon he could win split two even.
Oh, it could be a big season for the boys.
I'm hoping. I'm very much hoping.
Well, you know what? And we do have every couple of seasons we have a team that just sort of pops up out of nowhere and just starts to really drive well. This could be the season for you boys.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Matty's got the pace, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying Matt do heaps of practice. He's been doing. Even Sean, they do like 3 different racing series. They're constantly practicing. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have the mental capacity for that.
Every time they come on, they're practicing. I'm like, Jesus, every night? Yeah.
Oh, no, I think my wife is sitting behind me. She'd throw the TV at me if I was doing that. Even 3 hours commentating is enough for her. She goes, what? You're doing it again? No, it's all good. Well, mate, who gets your team out on track and gets the boys all pumped up?
Pro Plumbing Surprise, and I forgot last time, Stiff Rigs. That's Sean's business. Fucking great fishing lures and all that. Love them.
Mate. Excellent. Well, congratulations, dude, and thanks for putting on a bit of a show for us, and good luck for the rest of the season.
All right. Cheers, man.
Cheers, dude.
See ya.
That was the legendary Billy Mole. I love the name. He should be a movie star.
A real racer's name is that name, isn't it? Billy Mole.
It is. Billy Mole. I love it. Mate, first night back, 3 weeks away. Well, not completely for you because we were doing the Formula 3s together. But a lot of fun. Mate, goosebumps just thinking about what's coming up for us for the next 9 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be massive, obviously. A little bit of work still in the background to be done. Window battles will get done this week, sent out to drivers, and we'll still implement them on our end. But if they want to put them on their cars, they're more than welcome to. The class colours for Supercars, for example, split 1 will stay at red. Split 2 is going to go to yellow, just to be a little bit more brighter. So we'll make some adjustments. I just didn't have time today, unfortunately, to fix that up. But we got it working to look as nice as possible for tonight, I think. But big season ahead, obviously. Super Formulas tomorrow are going to be absolutely epic. All of the broadcasts will be pre-set up tonight before tomorrow, so you guys will be able to know when we are going live this week. And yeah, just a massive season ahead. It's going to be absolutely epic. You guys do not want to miss any of the action. Be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon as well. Big thank you guys out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, Shannon's Insurance. Can I announce the new one now, Sinker?
Yeah, go for it.
And Cooler Master, as well as our other sponsors as well, NeuroPower, DSL Rail Services, Shunt Scenery, and Grim Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, where you can find it on Top Gear Australia on Paramount+. For myself, Hamish Munro Steve Sinkovic, this has been round 1 of Season 3 of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars series here on Tuesday nights. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here with us once again. Until next time, though, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Appreciate you here being with us. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Amazing, I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters, almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanner